Today you are continuing to work on this object self-portrait project. Here is our timeline again. Now, with this project, we started by coming up with ideas and sketching those out. And then the next thing you did was on a sheet of paper, you arranged everything that you'd come up with into a nice rough draft. That rough draft is due on the 7th. So if you have not submitted a picture of your rough draft for this project on whatever paper you've got, go back to the 7th and turn that in. Now, after you finished the rough draft, you got a large sheet of paper, or if you're doing collage or something, then maybe you found something different than the paper, but you're going to be working on a large scale. So on the 8th, that's when you need to make sure that you've gone in and submitted a picture of your final paper, or whatever you're using, with just the drawing on it. Just the drawing of what you're going to be working on. And so if you're going to end up using watercolor and stuff, then on the 8th, this is when you are going to turn in the picture of your final paper before you've added the paint, while you just have the drawing. Does that make sense? So these 2 days, you should be at least done with, or close to being done with. And then the next week, we've got a progress check that's going to happen on the 14th. So on the 14th, we'll be asking you to take a picture of wherever you are in the process on that particular day, so that we can see how far along everybody is on this project. And so that progress check, hopefully you'll already be on the step where you are adding color and value and interesting stuff like that. And then at the end of these 2.5 weeks we've been working on this, your finally completed project is due on the 18th. Does this all make sense? So if you're just now finishing your drawing on your final paper, go back to the 8th and submit a picture of it. If you still haven't submitted a picture of your rough draft because maybe you forgot, go back to the 7th and work on that one. We'll have a progress check on the 14th, and then completed project on the 18th. Hello again. So at this point, we've now been working on this self-portrait using objects for a couple of days. And so here's my rough draft. You'll remember that one from before, right? The rough draft was due on December 7th. So don't forget that as soon as you're finished with your rough draft, that you need to go take a picture of it and submit it in Schoology on December 7th. That was for the rough draft. Once you're done with your rough draft, then we need to start moving on to your final paper. This is the 18 by 12 inch paper, this paper right here. At the beginning of the school year, we passed this paper out. If you don't have any more, this is where you can go to get some. Miss Brown's classroom is in the back left corner of the building, and it's really easy to find her classroom because it's on the corner, and she has a patio on the back where she has art supplies set out. There's a bucket that has rolls of paper in it sitting on her back porch ready for you to come pick up. So if you come to the school to pick up paper, you're gonna drive in, don't go to the front, go to the back left corner, and you'll see her back porch with a bunch of art supplies on it for you to pick up. Now, on this big paper, once you draw out your design, your idea, if you're doing a collage, then once you set out all your pieces and figure out where you're going to put them, if you're going to be adding color, then this is before you add the color. If you're going to be adding value, this is before you add the value. You're going to turn in a picture of your completely drawn out idea on the final paper. And that's going to be due on December the 8th. So here is my final project. I've already started adding color to it. And so make sure that you submit your final drawing, so your final paper all drawn out before you add color, on the 8th, and your rough draft on the 7th. I realize that some of you are probably going to be getting to this step a little bit later than the 8th, so just don't forget to go back to the 8th to submit it. Now, what I've been working on with mine is adding colored pencil, and I put some pen and I used an ebony pencil in the background for some of these lines because I'm trying to show some texture. So feel free to mix up your media and use different things. I'm currently working with marker to add a little bit of texture in here to my orange cat. So have fun with it. Make it interesting, make it fun, make it unique, make it look like you, because that's what you're trying to represent here. Take your time, make these look nice, and don't forget to submit these 2 assignments for this week.